We are going to continue on with the story, but first, let's get some introductions out of the way. Britt, how are you?
Hello. Hi, it's me, Britt. I play Lalu Erish, Tiefling Druid, Circle of the Moon, and I'm very happy to be back. Danny, what's up?
Hi, I'm Danny. I play Wiley, the half-orc mystic, and I'm excited to see if any of us are alive by the end of this episode. Neil, are you alive?
Langus is unconscious, unfortunately, but I'm quite alive, and I had a great holiday season, and I'm really looking forward to playing some Risen. What about you, Kelly?
I have about third health left, so I'm alive, but not that alive. I'm doing all right. My voice is a little gone. I just hosted the Spy World Championships last week, so I'm still in high spirits, just my voice won't be. But I'm excited to see the thrilling conclusion of the fight with the elf bays. Curtis.
All right, so, well, the last we left off, there was quite the skirmish. They stumbled across some frost giants in the jungle, of all places. There was a fight that was very devastating, and then the two elven sisters came along and then helped, and then stopped helping. And from there, it got a little bit messy, but we don't know what the outcome is going to be. There's people wounded. There might be some people dead. We don't know yet, but you know what? We're going to find out right when we come back. All right, so welcome back, everyone. Let's just get this started. Now, the last time that we were playing, Britt was not able to be here, and it left a rather large healing hole in the group. Probably could have been of some use, but there's a reason that she wasn't there last session. No one else seemed to notice that in the last hour of your journey through the jungle, Britt's character, Lalu, is that right? Oh my God, it's been a month. I apologize. Lalu, that's right. Lalu, you were kind of getting done with the couple of days of travel, and you found yourself distracted. And you decided, you know what? Now that Paul Stamets is gone, I am going to try these mushrooms that he gave the group.
Oh, God.
And because Mr. Stamets, the professional, wasn't around to guide you through your journey, you took quite a few too many and slowly wandered away from the group. And in a weird way, you found yourself wandering as the jungle got darker and darker. You found yourself wandering into darkness. And eventually, the darkness is replaced by shelves. Dozens and dozens of bookshelves, and it's fairly quiet here, but you find yourself alone in a place that feels very familiar to you.
Oh. No.
What do you do?
I immediately look around and make sure that there are no random candles that are precariously placed.
No, actually, there's really only one source of light. As you look around this, it's not even a library. There's not even really a formal room. These bookshelves just exist in the middle of darkness. And there's a source of light somewhere way down, way deep down in the dozens of rows of books that stand in the darkness. And you see it is a single candle. And hunched over the table is a shadowed figure.
Hello?
You don't really hear any response. There's just a quiet echo to the room as your voice echoes down further into the darkness. And there's a little candle that flickers as though the echo of your voice has resonated over top of it, and it flickers gently. But now you can hear scribbling, furious scribbling, as though that hunched shadowed figure is drawing, writing, something. You don't recognize it, though. It's still in shadow, too far away.
If it doesn't answer me right away, then I try to quietly sneak up, kind of walk up and see what the person is doing.
All right. You want to make a stealth check?
Yeah. That's not going to be good. Oh, I am so stealthy. I'm the quietest, stealthiest person ever.
You rolled 2 natural 20s.
Wow.
I'm air. I don't even exist. These mushrooms have gotten me so high that I transcended reality.
You are a non-existence now. You've never existed. You creep forward, moving as quietly as the echo that you are creating. And you eventually get within about 10 feet. And you see now that light is casting just very gently upon the face. And you recognize it very quickly as your own. And you look down to see what you're writing, and you're writing in blood on a parchment over and over and over again the word burn.
Sounds about right for Lalu.
I guess I'm taken aback by this a little bit. And then I'm angry because I am panicking that somehow I actually wanted to burn down the library. So I just tried to stop myself and say, don't do that. And I grab the paper, smearing blood everywhere and pushing myself. Trying
All right, so you yell out, and as soon as you yell, don't, her eyes flare open and she sees you standing right there. And she screams in horror, and she grabs the candle as you smear the blood on the paper. She grabs it and runs, screaming like a maniac, further into the darkness. And you hear her cackling, which turns into a terrified scream as she throws the candle into a bookshelf, and it explodes in fire. And the scream echoes through the darkness and pulls you back into reality, and you snap wide awake in the jungle, and you realize the scream is not your own, but it's one of your friends. It is, who would have screamed in the middle of this battle? Would it have been Yori, or would it have been Neil? It is Langus.
Screamed.
You hear Langus scream in pain, and then it's suddenly silenced. You think that you might be 70, 80 feet away from the source of that scream. Back to everyone else who is...
I guess looking around, I guess, for a second. Yeah.
All right. So you actually, while you make a quick perception roll.
Okay.
And we're going to see how well... or survival, I guess. Either one would work.
Okay. Yeah, I think, I would want to start running back. Do I recognize that it's Langus's scream? Yeah, I recognize it.
All right. You recognize Langus's scream. In fact, as you kind of spin around and look around, standing up to your feet, your heart's racing, you look around and you see the tracks. The tracks are only about 20 feet off from where you must have wandered off where they were. And you can see them rise up to, there's a bit of a slope leading up to a clearing. And you can hear water in the distance, like a small river or a small creek. And you can hear that's where the scream came from. So the other ladies, as Silver turns around with both of her blades covered in Langus's blood, she growls at let's finish this. And then you can see that she starts to kind of come undone a little bit. She just saw her sister get cut down by your arrow, Yori, and she slowly lowers her blades. And in a second, she quickly puts the blade to Langus's throat. And she says, okay, hold on. I don't want to finish this. I want to save my sister. So one of you heal her, or you let me heal her, and I won't kill your friend. Do you understand?
Okay. Yeah, that seems like a good deal.
I guess.
Where is her sister's body?
It's like maybe so on the map there. It's like maybe 2 squares outside of the area, like outside of the map.
Step away from Langus and go to your sister. There's more of us than you, so we can take you down if you do anything weird.
She says,
Yeah.
She kind of gets her resolve back. You can see the panic that she had goes away, and she says, "Very well, but I think it is probably best in this situation that we all drop our weapons." And she has 2. She throws one away, and she has the other one held out as though she's about to throw it.
I think Wiley would just yell, "Okay, now the other one!" I mean, like, I don't have any weapons in my hands, I think.
No,
So
I don't think you do.
I'm just like,
Yori's still holding on to her bow, staring at her. I don't have an arrow in my hand, but I'm holding on to my bow.
She pushes the one blade she has closer towards Langus's neck.
Okay. She drops her bow.
And she sees you do that, and she nods and tosses her sword just a few feet aside. And she runs over to her sister really quickly. What are you two doing? Langus, I need you to make a death saving throw.
Oh boy.
I ran over to Langus while this happened.
Okay.
are we out of initiative now?
Yeah, we're just,
Okay.
yeah.
Cool.
So I think is it a 10 or better, or is it a 15 or better?
10.
10, okay.
Grab your van.
Woo!
Nice.
You hang on, breathing as life drains out of you.
Yori is looking around for their healer and starts yelling for Lalu.
Okay, Lalu, you hear Yori calling out your name. You guys are now realize that she must have disappeared. Like, everything happened so quick that now in this moment when you realize one of your friends is dying and Lalu's gone, you're sorely feeling her absence.
I mean, I think we were feeling her absence last time too when we were dying.
That's true. She could have definitely helped in that fight.
Wiley will run over to Yori and Lingus too, just to like help or something. I don't know.
Lalu, what do you do?
I think that probably when I heard the scream, I conflate. If I'm still like on the mushrooms, I probably conflated the scream and like hearing Langus's scream. So I'm kind of running, thinking that I still might be like in a library. I'm not sure if I'm in reality or not. So I'm just running toward the scream, and then I see them, and I'm not totally sure that they're real or where I am, but I just run over to them.
Okay.
Langus!
Lalu bursts out of the jungle, and you see her kind of her eyes are really wide. Her pupils are super dilated. She's stumbling a little bit, but she does arrive.
I'll like hold her face, like, tell me what's happening to you right now.
I'm bleeding to death. You're like, Lalu, what's going on with you right now?
Langus, you need to make another death saving throw as the party just kind of hangs around.
Get your shit together, guys.
I'm trying to ask her what's going on so I can see if she can heal you, okay?
As when she has my face in her hands, I kind of just like turn like to look at Langus, 'cause I'm, like really concerned, like and he
I'll like move your face and be like, can you help right now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds.
Good stealth roll.
Okay, it's out of combat, so it's at maximum. So if you want to use a level 2, then it would be like 19, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so 19 hit points to you, Langus, as all of a sudden this supercharged magical healing courses through your body.
Yori's looking for the elf lady and her sister.
Make a perception roll.
Somewhere. It's okay. We don't gotta worry about them.
My God,
Lalu already got all of the 20s for the
yeah,
whole
Lalu
episode.
took them all for this session.
All right.
You have them.
You take a quick look around. You don't see either
There's
of them.
trees.
There's big jungle trees, lots of foliage, ferns everywhere.
It's okay.
And her sister had kind of collapsed under some foliage, so yeah, she could be down. You're not sure. You don't see them. Langus, you supercharge back up. You got this healing magic coursing through you. It feels a little bit strange, though, as though you have this momentary 5 to 10 second. Your vision, as you come to, has almost double vision, and it takes a little while for your eyes to focus, but it doesn't feel physical. It feels like metaphysical. It's very strange. And you kind of, as you come to, you hear the word Stamets in your ears.
I kind of. Okay. Where did we win? Did we get him?
Who? What?
Lalu, you see 2 frost giant corpses nearby. They're pretty obvious. They're huge.
I reach out at them, trying to figure out if it's real or not.
Yeah, they're real. They're definitely real.
Did you kill those?
Yeah, we did.
I think Yori did.
Yeah.
I killed, there was it was all shared. It was a group.
Langus, you did very good too. You helped out so much.
Yeah.
You probably don't remember, but it was impressive. I'm just trying to make it feel good. Can I look for the elf ladies?
Yeah, sure.
What happened to Artis, actually? Will you remind us?
They both were knocked down and were kind of collapsed somewhere in the foliage. In the heat of the battle, you probably didn't really see where. It was just too chaotic. You can make a survival check to try to find them.
Yeah, okay. That's what I want to do. Survival. Oh, God.
What are you trying to find?
Well, you would remember that you were traveling. You weren't there for that episode, but you guys were traveling with Artis Simber and Dragonbait, his little Sorial. You guys are traveling with them for a couple of days.
So I guess I could assume that you're looking for them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll help look then.
Yeah, make a survival check.
Artis and Dragonbait are dead somewhere, I think.
All right, so you took a quick look around, and you're following the foot tracks and the footfalls of this battle. Big giant, frost giant footprints and other footprints. You do find 2 sets, one that matches Artis and one that matches Dragonbait, and they kind of go off in a similar direction, but fork about 20 feet out. Artis goes to the left, and Dragonbait is straight forward. Who do you want to go find first? Or you can, I guess, point out both paths if you want.
Yeah, I think I'll point out both paths and tell everybody this way and this way.
I'll go look for Dragonbait. He should smell like bread right now.
Okay, so you head off, Wiley, to find Dragonbait, and after 30 seconds, you find him laying sprawled out, just in a big puddle of blood. His skin is very ashen.
Oh no!
He's completely lifeless.
Can I check for a pulse?
Yeah, just is this a medicine? Is there medicine in this game?
Yeah.
Yes, there is. Make a medicine check.
19.
Ooh.
He's dead.
Oh,
Nice.
you rolled really well to find his non-pulse.
There is 0 pulse here.
Maybe we're the curse of the jungle. Look, us.
Oh boy. Okay, so I guess I shout out, Dragonbait's dead, I guess. I'm gonna start the funerary ritual right now, okay? And I get leaves and I'm just doing it really
I
badly.
go help her.
Is anyone trying to find Artis?
I guess I am.
All right, Yari, make a perception roll. As you get within 2 feet of the body, it's not until you're right there that you see Silver is pulling a ring off of his finger. And you didn't see her until you were right there. He's kind of under some heavy foliage, and she takes the ring off and looks at you and just pops it into a little bag on her belt. And she looks at you and she says, "We have no qualm with you. We've got what we came for."
Wait, everyone. She tries to signal for everyone. Wait,
That's
where you-
okay.
What was that?
You can have it. Whatever.
No. No. I want
Wiley's just
answers.
really like
Too many
overwhelmed
people
right
are
now.
dying around us for no reason, and I'm not okay with that. What is that ring? I swear, if you don't tell me what that ring is, and I'm going to use intimidation, my 3'7" intimidating halfling self. Bam! I'm so intimidating. Listen here. You better tell me
Lady.
what that ring is.
So she kind of actually just steps back a little bit. Her eyes, like, she looks like she's actually a little bit caught off guard by the insistence that you tell she share what this ring is, and she says, "This is something that artist Simber stole from my family, so you doesn't need to concern you whatsoever."
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. You know what? I believe you. That's fine. Whatever. Sounds good.
And she stands up, and she keeps facing all of your general direction as she slowly backs towards her sister, who you now see is kind of leaning up against a tree. She's obviously had a spell cast into her to cure those pretty horrific wounds that you inflicted on her, Yori. She's kind of weak against the tree, and her sister kind of helps her up and takes a lot of the weight off of Gold. And they are backing away from you guys, still watching you, but backing away.
Yori's feeling a little bad, but then she reminds them, you started this. This was, this is all you. Wasn't us. Okay, we're not evil people. We're not.
You guys are mean.
Are you trying to convince us or yourselves?
They just sink into the bush. Like,
you can still see them. They're just standing there, just
making faces at us.
yeah.
Oh, good.
All right, so you're at the body of Artist still. He doesn't look good.
Does he look dead though?
Make a medicine check.
Oh, well, I've been rolling very well. Let's see.
Ew.
Oh, it's not that bad.
I just want you to know that I rolled their death saving throws throughout the whole thing, and they never rolled higher than 7.
Ooh, no.
They're both dead.
Oh
Damn.
my god. Can I search Dragonbait's body now?
Sure. Let me get their page open.
Before I
I guess
I bury him.
I search Artist Simber's body as well.
Okay.
God.
Wow.
Those are like major NPCs in the setting.
I know.
Okay, anyway. I'm not too precious about anything. Okay, let's open this up. So, at the very least, you do know that Dragonbait has a giant sword.
Another one for Lingus?
It's a Holy Avenger.
Whoa.
A one-handed or two-handed Holy Avenger?
I have to. I think it's two-handed, but let me see.
Well, I just lost my shield, so hey.
Ooh. Are you about to become a damage tank?
Maybe. I mean, this gets rid of
like
like a feat in my fighting style without my shield, but it might be worth it.
I think we could use a damage tank just as a vote.
Okay. Maybe it is a one-handed weapon. Holy Avenger. It's a +3 longsword.
Oh, sick! I totally pick it up.
And it does. It can do a D10 if used in both hands.
Right.
So the Holy Avenger does 2d10 radiant damage to a fiend or undead as well. Just so you know.
Nice.
That's basically all he does.
You're
Have
just
his.
whispering nice over this dead dragon.
You just like yes.
Oh my god.
You said it has radiant damage attached to it?
It does, yeah.
How much radiant damage does it do?
I am going to make a call here, though. I'm being slightly generous and slightly not. Generally, a Holy Avenger has to be like attuned to a paladin, but I'll give you the magical bonus, but you can't do the radiant damage. So we'll get rid of that, actually. So it's just a +3 weapon for you until you become a holy paladin.
Alrighty then.
With the way you've been acting, you know.
Yeah.
He also had a shield, I guess. Dragonbait also had a shield.
Hells yes! I want that shield so bad.
Are you literally looting his entire body? He's also got breastplate armor. Do you want to rip that off of his bloody corpse?
Let me check my player's handbook.
He's a medium humanoid. You can do it if you want, you evil bastard.
You know, I think we're gonna need it to survive this place.
It's like using every part of the buffalo, right?
Exactly. Thank you.
Oh my god, you guys are awful.
You said a breastplate?
Yeah. And he has a shield.
I've got full chainmail on, which is a little bit better than a breastplate.
Okay.
Yeah.
So does he have anything yellow on him? That's all I really care about. Anything yellow.
Well, he's got like a yellow sash, we'll say.
I want it. I take it off. I like carefully, like even if it's like bloody or whatever, I'm gonna go like rinse it in the river and like make it all pretty again, and then tie it on my body somewhere.
Okay.
I love yellow.
Artist, since it's Yori that's right there, you find that he's got a longbow with a quiver of arrows. He's got a very ornate looking dagger.
Ooh.
Very beautifully crafted. It has a blue gem in the pommel.
Okay. Blue gem.
You don't know really anything else about it, though.
I'm okay with it.
It's a very beautiful, beautiful dagger. Okay. So you guys loot them. What do you want to do now?
I like pile leaves on top of them and like.
Oh, that's nice.
That's their burial because I'm really tired and I don't feel like digging a hole. So.
Yeah, I already dug a hole in the last 24 hours.
We've dug some holes lately. We'll just do leaves from now.
All right,
on,
so you just kick some leaves onto their naked corpses, and
I'm kicking the leaves. I'm placing carefully.
Is this a story where we find out that we're actually the bad guys?
I think it's leading there. Yeah.
I don't really care about dragon bait, but I'll try and create some sort of like tomb for our December. You know, like if they're throwing leaves, maybe I'll like use the sword and like chop down some branches or something and kind of like try and lean them in somewhat of a funerary structure.
Sure. Why don't we? This is kind of you're maybe getting a little bit creative. Let's use a charisma roll here to see kind of how your creative mind works as you design this little
how awful is
grave
lean-to, Neil?
Yes!
Oh,
yes!
It is a pile of garbage.
It kind of weirdly falls together, and the two that you're trying to lean these two branches together, they fall in this awkward way, and you're collecting like rocks. You don't realize it looks beautiful to you, but you basically made a cock and balls grave.
I thought you were gonna say, you know, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, and I think this is exactly what our December would like. I think this is how he would like to be sent into the afterlife.
I think Wizards of the Coast might fire you and me for what we're doing to their characters.
I'm just standing next to Langus, like trying to figure out what I'm missing here about it being good.
I stand back, hands on my hips, very proud of my work. What do you guys think? It's good, right?
It's beautiful.
Totally suits him.
Does he know?
Such a good job.
Does he know that that's?
You know,
I know it's so beautiful.
I know it's not the most protective covering over him, but I feel like whatever comes across this will really. Wow, something good must be there.
I assume that the symbolism from the leaves means that they were in some sort of romantic relationship, so I try to just give Langus like a comforting hug. Like, there.
It's some nice wood you used. It's I like it.
Well, you know, it's kind of hard to find things around here, so I went with what I could. I think those boulders really worked well.
Yeah, no, the two boulders together, they're complete it.
Yeah, with the wood running down the middle, like representing the rocks
the wooden shaft of the stick that you got right there. Yes.
Yeah. The supports And then the
These are
long
the
light
boulders
of our December.
together.
Oh, where he put his head. I like it. Interesting
Yeah.
placement.
Mhm.
I like find a burnt branch and I write like with charcoal like who's laying there, just so that it looks like a tombstone at all.
Okay. Here lies Dragonbait and Artis. All right, Artis Simber.
Yeah.
Are we still going north? Do
I
we even
feel
care
like-
anymore?
I feel like there was a frost giant village or something we were
That's
going
along the
towards.
coast. The frost giants are along the coast. They have a boat. We could steal it from them. And honestly, we've killed a lot of things. I think we could probably kill them too.
I think we could take them.
Yeah. Let's do it.
All right, so you want to try to get to that their little encampment or their boat? That who told you about that again? Boy, it's been a while.
Krabby Ran.
Oh, Krabby Ran, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Krabby Ran told you about it.
Did you really forget about it?
I did actually. I did.
Okay.
It has been a minute.
It has. So you guys want to head in that direction now. Artis Simber said that there's a river up ahead that is only passable by going over a bridge to a little bit to the north and northwest, and that's where he was leading you before they were killed. So you know that there's a crossing somewhere in the next like 50 miles. Where it is, you're not exactly sure though.
Well, we could we could follow the coastline, and that way, hopefully, we won't get lost, and maybe a river will be easier to cross near there to the ocean.
So do we go east or do we continue going northwest and hope we hit the bridge? Or do we go east for the coastline with the frost giant boat?
What if we go northeast
Northeast?
until we run into something?
That's where they said that the frost giant boat would be. We might want to go a little bit more towards the coast in general.
Okay.
Yeah, that direction, I would say.
Yeah.
Okay. So that whoever just did that line, that's how you want to go, kind of like through here.
A little northeast, yeah.
Okay. All right. So I am just going to, unless there's anything that you guys want to do over the next couple of days, I'm just going to make you trudge through the jungle.
Hey, Lalu, can you make good berries?
Yep.
Thank you.
Does everyone need them?
I'm almost dead. But give me an hour and I'll be okay.
19.
Yeah,
19
maybe
out of
we
49.
can all like rest up and just like
I think a rest
waited.
might be
I need a
good.
rest. My magic's all gone,
Let's
or
do
whatever
that.
I call my stuff.
Okay. So you guys move a little bit away from the corpses, both Frost Giant and recent traveling companions. And
I don't know.
I mean, you could use the giant corpses as a windbreak, I guess.
I was thinking more of a warning.
I hollow out one of the rib cages and make a small dwelling.
You
Start a
are
fire.
very practiced at that. How did you know to do this?
So you guys rest for like a full 8 hours before you pack everything up again and set about on your journey.
Yay.
I think Lalu has control of the Lalu icon, I believe. Do you want to just move yourself a square at a time or a hex at a time in the direction you want to go, please?
Sure.
And I will reveal map as you go.
I think we said like kind of this direction, right, guys? Sort of over and down.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. So you travel, that takes you till the end, we'll say right there. That takes you basically to the end of the second night. You've traveled through the jungle, the heat, and every once in a while torrential rain falls down on you. By the end of the second night, you're getting pretty tired. You are still in the jungle. You haven't seen really any sign that the ocean's getting any closer. I'm going to reveal this area though. As you are traveling, as the sun starts to kind of set over the canopy of the jungle, I want all of you guys to make a perception roll.
Oops.
Oh,
I moved the wrong way. Sorry, my bad.
no worries. I'm just gonna move you
God.
right here. Yori, you see in the far distance, like just at the edge of where you can see, you guys are at a higher up point, and for the last, like basically you're looking down a slope, but you assume that it's leading down towards the ocean. So you're at a very high point in the jungle right now, and you look down and you swear that about 2 miles down, just like beneath the canopy, something's jutting out a little bit. You can't make out full details, but you think there's a boat in a tree about 2 miles to the southeast of you.
Now I might be crazy. The jungle might be getting to me, but I think I see a boat. But let's keep going.
We must be near to the shore then.
No, I don't. There's no ocean, but I see a boat.
But
yeah, I know.
We must just be beyond the boat then. Maybe they've moored it for a while.
We gotta go figure out what that is.
Wiley's like too concerned with like figuring out how to tie her new yellow sash around her head like a proper lady, and just is not paying attention at all.
All right.
Who wants to roll a dice? It doesn't matter which one. It can be any one.
A dice?
I will roll a dice.
Roll like dice.
Okay.
Middle.
All right. Okay. So you guys are at the top of this hill. She notices that this is probably a good place to actually bunk down a little bit. It's the end of the night. The sun is setting. You're tired, hungry.
Yeah, let's take a break.
All right. You guys set up camp. What do you guys do to pass this evening? 2 days on. You guys are now a couple of weeks into this journey. What's going on with everyone right now?
Yori's playing with the new blue dagger that she got. Stabbing at the air.
Okay.
Langus is kind of... Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Neil.
Langus was kind of touched by what he totally thought was Lalu's crying over our December and like coming to him for comfort rather than her comforting him. He thought she was coming to him for comfort. So he's been kind of like, oh, maybe I've actually really made close friends now. And has kind of been from a distance like, yeah, Lalu's been really great. She's maybe a little pyromaniac, a little bit crazy sometimes, but she's been such a faithful friend to all of us and helping us get through everything. Aww.
Meanwhile, Lalu thinks that she did a very good job. Like, I'm very proud of myself for being a good friend and comforting my friend Langus. And I feel like maybe I can become friends with the people here. And I'm also feeling like this is never going to go back to me getting my revenge, like giving up on that in a way. So I'm trying to kind of find a way to enjoy the adventure, but I'm also feeling really disturbed by the vision I had when I was on shrooms and worried that I will never be able to let go of the deep, deep anger and violence that is below the surface.
Okay. Wiley?
Wiley's like listening to everybody's thoughts, but she's not really saying anything. So I'm all like just laughing at Langus a little bit because I know he's so wrong, and like Lalu's like just so frustrated, and I'm like, oh, I wonder what I should, maybe, I don't know, she probably needs to be left alone right now. I don't know, maybe she'll talk to me later. I guess Wiley would just be like, Lalu, are you okay? Like, where did you go? Like, why did you leave us? I mean, not that I'm mad, or just,
And I'm like very embarrassed that I just got high on mushrooms. So I'm just like, I just had druid things to do. We are not allowed to talk about them. So I'm sorry I was gone, but I'm back now. So just don't worry about it. Never ask me about it again.
okay. Wiley's like, all right, now's not the time to talk about this.
So at that, there's kind of quiet that takes over the camp, and you guys, in your thoughts and over conversation, eventually drift off to sleep. Who is taking watch?
I'll take watch because I feel guilty that I left them to fight a bunch of frost giants while I was like doing drugs in the woods.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. Is there anyone else taking any watches, or is it just
I'll
one
take
person?
a watch. I'll
Okay.
take it at like the morning, I guess. Yeah, Yori wants the last watch.
Okay.
I guess that'll put me in the middle.
All right. So I want, in order, each of you guys to roll a d6.
And I'll just sleep.
Kids, growing children need their sleep.
It's true.
Let her go. Ooh.
Okay. Yori,
Yes.
you took second watch, right?
No, I took last.
You took last watch. So as the sun is just starting to come up, you start. Actually, I want you to make a quick perception roll as you are watching the horizon and watching the jungle out in the distance, please.
Man, Yori's pretty dumb. It's bad I keep having to roll these perception rolls. But 16's not bad.
Okay. You see about 100 feet down the slope. You see kind of the foliage, the ferns, and the different vegetation that's lower to the ground, kind of moving and shaking a little bit. And it's moving closer. That movement is getting closer. And just as it's about 80 feet out, you hear kind of a yipping, but they're like quietly yipping sound. It's hard. It's not like language that you can really, it doesn't seem like it. It seems kind of like a very high pitched, just a yipping sound.
At this point, Yori assumes anything that's not her teammates is going to kill her. So she immediately turns around to whoever's closest to her. And I'm guessing she's probably like standing close to her teammates.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are all kind of circled around in a little nook here in the jungle.
She starts, wake up, like kicking people's boots. Wake up, shaking them.
What?
Her bow and arrow. There's something coming. I don't know what it is.
I get to my feet.
Okay.
Yeah, I wake up
I
too.
say, shh.
I'm up.
Listen.
All right. So as Yori kind of tells you to be quiet, sure enough, you hear, you look down, you see the foliage is shaking and moving a little bit. And it stops about 50 feet out, and you can hear the yipping stop almost immediately. And it goes quiet, completely dead quiet, while you're all standing around watching this happen.
There was a sound. There was something. I swear.
You need more sleep?
No, I'm not. I'm fine. I had enough sleep. I swear.
I'll like pick up a rock and like throw it over there just to see if I can like scare whatever it was to moving again.
So you're trying to aim it for where they were last?
Just kind of like the general. I don't want to hit it. I just want to like see if I can make it move again.
Okay. All right. I'm not gonna make you roll for it. You just toss it in the general direction. They're about 50 feet out, so I mean, you can only really toss a rock so far. It goes about 20 feet and drops and rolls a little bit towards them, to the sound that you heard, and you see the shuffle happen again in the foliage, and it slowly starts to move towards where that rock stopped rolling. And it gets to where that rock is, about 30 feet, 25, 30 feet away, and stop. And you hear quiet yipping again. It's louder now because they're closer, but just a yip, 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 yip.
Yori hides in the shadows.
Oh, I can't see it, can't I? Oh man.
I'm super sneaky.
Okay.
I cast my delusion to like float a stake above the grass, like right above where I saw the rock land.
So just floating above the foliage?
Yeah, like a foot off of the foliage. Just see if I can get it to hop out. So we can
All right.
see what it is.
So you float it down to about that 25 foot, and sure enough, you see a weird bark-like hand jump up and grab it and pull it back down out of the foliage. You only saw an arm come out. Doesn't look very big. Looks like it might be about the same size as Yori.
Oh, it's cute. But it's probably mad now because that steak just disappeared once it touched it. I tell everybody, I'm like, did you see that? It was like a little hand. Did you see it?
Yori goes.
You guys can all make another perception check.
Okay.
As they start, the foliage starts to shake again. If one person needs to get 15 or higher.
Huh.
I got 15.
All right.
I'm just like half asleep. I'm like, what?
I just gotta move this thing. There we go. This is what you see. You see these little weird, branchy, kind of foliage-looking small people, and they're slowly creeping forward. They've got little spears, and they're slowly going forward. And two of them are fighting over what was grabbed out of the air. They're back and forth, yipping at each other quietly until one lets go and makes this motion. He's like, and they continue up slowly. They're pretty close to you.
Do you know what these are, Yori?
Why are you asking me?
They're about your height. I thought people of similar stature stuck together.
Not all short people know each other.
Well, no, but you might know of other short things.
I reach out like telepathically because I can see them now, right?
Yep.
Okay, I reach out to like the one that lost the steak battle, and I say in my mind, like, "Hi, friends. I don't know who you are, but we're friends, okay? Do you want to tell us, or who are you?" I just okay. So I don't understand them.
It's the Scatman.
Okay, I tell everybody.
They slowly move closer.
I can't talk to them with my brain.
Yori readies her bow while hiding in the shadows. And she's gonna stand behind. Oh, I guess I can't really go back at all.
You get the impression that they don't think they've been seen. They're still kind of creeping forward. They hear something. They're kind of looking around, actually, when you try to talk to their mind. They look around, and they're swatting at the air a little bit. And then they keep moving. This one's going like this. It looks like he's trying to sneak around. While the other ones continue to move forward.
I look at that one, the one that's sneaking around, like I make eye contact with it and I say, "Hi! Hello!"
I begin to put on my shield and armor at this point.
I'm getting ready to send a cone of fire out at them.
Okay, what is Yori doing?
I'm going to. I mean, I already have my bow ready. I'm already hiding in the shadows. These things seem like they're aggressive, but I've already killed enough innocent people today that I don't know if I want to, or not today, but in the last few days, I don't know if I want to do it again. You know, she stands up from the bush that she's hiding in. She says, "This is your last warning. If you move forward at all, we will shoot."
I'll cast my wall right
With
in
my
front of all
bow.
of us.
I don't have a gun. It's my bow.
I use my shotgun.
How do I make a little wall shape?
Oh, I can do it here for you.
And I have it pointed at this leftmost one that's near me.
Yeah, I'll just put the wall up like diagonal in front of us.
Okay.
Just as like a precaution, I guess.
Okay. Well, let's turn this thing around. Oh. There we go. All right, so so they all kind of stop and they lower themselves to the ground. You see that they know that they've been spotted, but this one over here does not seem to think he's been spotted, and he continues to walk forward very quietly, sneaking very quietly, and then he hits that psychic wall, and he just like he makes this burp noise, and he's pushing against it. He looks over to the other ones, and they all go down to their knees, and they start going, "Oh,
Oh my god.
What is going on?
Well, I think again, I'll be like, "Hi!"
And they wave back. "Hello."
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Do I know what these things are? Did you say that they're like wooden?
You can make a what? I guess this would actually be a nature roll. Yeah, nature.
Yeah, somebody figure out what these are.
Boy.
These are called veggie pygmies. They are
Aw.
they are plant people.
Aw.
They're generally pretty territorial, but what you know very little about them. You know that they're territorial and that they like to. They're kind of in like they thieve a little bit. They're very curious, so they're not usually that aggressive unless you cross into their territory. They're mostly a curious creature.
Okay. So I tell the group they're okay. They just don't like us being in their space.
Yori lowers her bow. Okay. Well,
Let's give them a present. Who has some junk that's shiny that they don't want?
I take out my old sword
Yeah.
and hand it over to you.
Oh, okay. So I'll like pass it through the wall and like set it on the ground in front of them.
Okay, you hear it. Oh, and they
And just
slowly
be like-
all converge towards the sword, and they're all looking at it and pointing. And one of them picks it up, and they look at up and down, and looks to Wiley, and then points at himself. Yep, up, yep.
I nod, I guess.
And they all look and like, oh. And they slowly start to turn and walk back down this slope and head back into the jungle.
Yes.
You can see that they're heading in actually in the direction of that boat.
Ooh.
did they tell us to follow them? Can you understand them, Wiley?
No, I couldn't understand them. I don't think they speak a language because I can hear languages in people's heads, but I don't think they have one. So,
Should we follow them?
I mean, they seem like they're like cool with us now. If they like turned their backs and everything, they, you know,
That boat could possibly be some solution.
that's where we're going. So
Okay.
I guess we should follow them, but like at a distance a little bit.
Maybe
Just
let's put our
so-
weapons away.
Yeah, put our weapons away.
I'll start packing up camp.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys pack up your camp. You've rested for a couple of hours. Do you want to head towards that location?
Is it?
Yeah, I
It's
think
generally
so.
in the direction that we're headed anyway, right?
It's actually in this direction. So it's towards the coast. It's a little bit of a backtrack, though.
But that's where the boat is, right?
That's where the boat is, yeah.
Yeah.
That's where a boat is.
A boat in the trees is.
Yeah, in the tree.
Well, that sounds more promising than the rest of the trees that have no boats in them. So
I can't argue with that logic. Okay.
No,
go.
that's a fair argument. Let's do it.
Okay,
yeah, I say we
so
go that way.
you guys spend the night resting, and then in the morning, bright and early, you head out and travel down this slope towards what you believe to be a ship in the trees. Yeah, nothing really happens throughout the day. You do follow those veggie pygmies. You see them in the distance. They're just happily nattering on as they continue on, and they pass the sword around and wave it around every once in a while. And then they pass it on to the next one, and they seem to be entertaining themselves.
I kind
And-
of follow them and like take notes on them and stuff because I'm trying to be a better druid and continue learning about the woodland creatures.
Do
All
your
right,
druid
why don't
homework.
you make an intelligence roll? Actually,
Okay.
Ooh.
I'll give you advantage because you're spending the whole time traveling, listening, and watching them. So you get
Okay.
17. You actually start to pick up on their language a little bit. Just the way that they interact with each other when they hand the item over. You have a very, very, very basic understanding of what they're saying. At this point, you would know about 5 or 6 words, but they are speaking a language that you've been able to decipher a little bit. Right now, it's not very useful to you, but if you spent enough time, you'll be able to understand it a little bit more. But you spend the day traveling down just close behind these veggie pygmy thingies that don't seem to really care that you're following them. Every once in a while, they'll look back and they'll do that to kind of that same voice, like and that basically means, you think it just means, yep, yep, yep,
Yep.
Yep.
yep. By the end, as the sun is starting to set, you start to get closer to the it definitely is. It's a ship that has been upturned in the high branches of a tree. And weirdly, we've triggered an actual thing in the book, so I'm just going to read it. How about that? There's a wooden vessel that's caught high in the tree branches, broken into 3 chunks. It resembles a ship, but there are differences that mark it clearly as not a seagoing vessel. The stern is the lowest piece, hanging precariously by its rigging about 50 feet above the ground. The middle section appears to be about 15 feet higher, and the bow section is firmly wedged into a nest of branches another 10 feet above that.
I must climb this. Yori cracks her knuckles and starts stretching as she's preparing to jump up on top of it.
Okay. What are the rest of you guys doing?
I'm still studying the veggie pygmies. I'm very curious about them, and I kind of enjoy being in a place where no one can talk to me, and they don't want to talk to me, but I get to observe them.
I'm gonna do a look around the base of the tree, looking for anything that could be dangerous. Maybe there's a tiger hiding nearby, and I'm just gonna try and make sure that there's no murderous animals before Yori goes up there alone.
Aw.
I'll just stand
Alright.
under Yori in case she falls. Like I'm just doing this.
Teamwork.
All right, I want all of you guys to make a perception roll.
Excellent. There are no tigers, Yori. Go for it.
Yes, no tigers indeed.
Lalu, as you're all kind of paying attention to Yori kind of trying to get herself ready to climb up the trees to get into this broken up ship above, you hear something coming up behind you. No one else seems to hear it, though. You barely hear it. Like, you just hear it as it gets within about 20 feet of you.
I turn around to see what it is. Very slowly, like in a movie.
You slowly look around, and you can see through these kind of heavy ferns, you see cat eyes looking at you.
It's a tiger.
There's no tigers here.
It's a tiger. And we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back to find out, is this tiger hungry or is he happy? Let's take a quick break. We'll be back in a few
Tiger
minutes.
friend!
Welcome back, everyone, to part 2 of today's episode. We are in the jungles of Chult. Probably not news to anyone who's been watching the show. Been there a little while. I thought about just leaving this island entirely, but I didn't think that would be in service to what Wizards kind of wants out of their campaign set in Chult. So here we are. Anyway, we're going to just continue on where we left off. With the reveal that Lalu has heard and now seen a tiger that is watching them from the foliage. Lalu, you get the sense that this tiger doesn't know that you've seen it.
So it doesn't know that I've seen it, but it knows, like, it's looking at everybody else.
Yeah, it's watching you. Yeah.
Oh.
And actually, one thing to note, those veggie pygmies actually climbed up these trees and went into that to the bigger part of the boat, the lowest part of the boat.
Okay.
And actually, you know what? I read the wrong thing. It's actually not broken up. It's one single ship with barnacles all over it. So it's definitely a sea ship. And it says, you can see the words because it's kind of turned over. It says narwhal. And it's just one giant, it was at one point a seagoing vessel. Read the wrong excerpt. Sorry, Wizards.
Does it look like it's hunting everyone, or does it look like it's just observing?
It seems like it's watching. You can make a nature check to see if you can tell the difference.
Yeah, I kind of want to try and figure out if I know what it's doing.
It's not hunting.
Okay.
It's observing.
Guys. So I just turn around and start walking back to the group. I'm like,
okay.
Hey, you going up? You're going up there?
Yeah.
Are we all gonna go up there? There's a tiger. Should we all go up there?
Oh.
No, I made sure there's no tigers
Nobody
in there.
freak out. Yes. It's not up there.
I don't think the boat can hold all of us.
Okay. Well, I think anyone who feels like maybe a tiger wouldn't be great for them should go into the boat.
Could we just fight the
I'm
tiger?
gonna go up to the boat.
Okay.
It's 50 feet up.
It's currently looking at us. It is not hunting us as far as I can tell. So it is not a danger currently, but it is a tiger. I could turn into a tiger and try and go communicate with it.
You should do that.
Yeah, there you
Sounds
go.
like a good idea. I don't think I can climb that tree.
I pick up Langus like this.
I'm
and
gonna
I just start climbing.
Be a tiger. You
You
guys
go do the tiger thing. I'm gonna
just
bring us
sit
all up.
tight. I'm gonna try and see if I can make sure no one gets eaten. And with that, I just turn into a tiger in front of them and then kind of stalk off. I'm like a little irritated that I have to do this, but I'm excited to talk to this tiger.
All right.
Or kind of communicate with it. So I just walk.
So you drop down into tiger form over a couple of seconds, and as soon as you start to shift, you see that tiger turn and dart deeper into the jungle, runs away.
I run after it.
What?
Okay. Well, you guys the rest of you are climbing up?
Yeah, I think I want to climb up so I can maybe see where she's running, like just get a better view of the whole situation.
I'm very concerned that these very small people can fit into this boat, but a large half-orc such as yourself is going to cause a problem.
I'll sit on a branch underneath.
It's it's a very large ship. It seems to be like almost overgrown into the trees. And again, I did read the wrong one, so it's not broken up. It's just one big ship.
Oh, okay.
And it seems like it's almost become part of the trees itself, and it's heavily overgrown with foliage and vines and all that sort of thing. But it's about 50 feet up.
All right, Yuri starts climbing.
All right.
I will not climb the tree, and I will resist Danny Wiley's attempts to pick me up.
All right.
So Wiley and Yori are going to climb. Go ahead.
Is it a roll to climb?
Yeah, it's an athletics check.
Oh, okay, athletics.
All right. Yeah, it takes you a little bit of time. You get your footing and you slowly start climbing up the outside of these giant jungle trees. They're a little bit slick. It's obviously rained here quite recently. And as you get up to about 30 feet, you see that those veggie pygmies aren't in the ship. They're sitting on top of it, kind of lined up. And now that you're got to this place, there's not 5, there's about 40 of them. And they're all sitting there side by side, kind of like a Miyazaki, the forest spirits. They're all just kind of looking at you and making yipping noises.
Oh, great.
But they just sit there and watch. Meanwhile, Langus waits below at the bottom of the tree, and Lalu takes off following this other tiger. I need you to make an athletics check to try to catch it. We'll make some opposed rolls here. I'm just going to roll a 20 and add my bonuses. Remember, you get the tiger's strength.
Oh, that's true.
And its athletics roll if it's any different from yours.
Let me look.
I don't think you're going to catch it.
My strength is 17, so I don't think it's gonna.
Yeah, so you get a +3. You try to catch this tiger, but it's like he rolled a natural 20 or something. This tiger is very fast, and after about a minute is so far out of your view you can't actually see. However, you do have a scent that is left behind, and you are a tiger. You now have a contract by scent, so you can make a percent or a survival check to see if you can follow his trail.
Follow the stench.
All right, you do manage to sniff out the trail again, and you do find this tiger's tracks. Do you want to continue to follow them? They went straight south, and now they're going east, and you can see that they're coming around as though he's doubling back on you.
I'm not gonna keep following if it seems like he's doubling back on me. I'm gonna head back to the tree to make sure that he isn't like trying to psych me out and go over there now.
Langus, make a perception roll.
Uh-oh.
I'm up in the tree, like on the edge of the boat, like looking for everyone.
All right, so
Trying to see the
you
tiger.
guys
Something in my shoe right now. Hold on, guys. Let me just take care of this.
let me put my head straight out.
Yeah.
Okay, so both Yori and Wiley, you guys get up to the ship, and it's actually nestled on this giant, almost like a cradle of a branch in this jungle tree, and there are vines and ropes that lead into the deck of the ship, so it's still intact. It's just turned over, and there are a few entry points. There's one at the back, and then there's one that would lead into the back end. Would probably be where the captain's room would have been, and then there's one where the cargo hold and access that the hatch has actually been broken off and rotted with time, but there's vines that are growing up into it, coming up from the hole that leads to it. There's two places that you can go in. It's pretty hard to get up onto the top of the boat from where you're standing, but you can make another climb check to see if you can get up there.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, so you're just going to try to get to the top of the boat where all the other veggie pygmies are?
Mm-hmm.
I want to go into the captain's quarters.
Okay, both of you guys need to make athletics checks, please.
Oh. Okay.
We both fall out of the tree.
It's too slick. It really must have rained here recently, and you can't seem to get a grip on these vines. There's heavy ones there, but they're just really, really slippery. Both you can't really get further than the nook of this tree at the moment. But meanwhile, you notice that all the veggie pygmies are watching something down below. It looks like they're watching towards Langus, and they're kind of hitting each other's arms and like, and they're getting very excited.
I look at Langus.
I pulled out a small book, and I'm just sitting down by the tree reading, apparently.
Ugh.
You guys can make perception checks.
Oh, boy.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Nice.
Nat 20. Wiley, you see a tiger is slowly approaching him.
Oh, my God. I scream for Langus. I just scream.
Okay.
Langus!
What?
There's a tiger! Langus, put down the book! Tiger! Not
Okay.
Lalu, tiger!
As Langus puts the book down, the tiger is already kind of starting to run towards him. He puts the book down in time to see a tiger face almost like 5 feet away and a huge tiger claw swiping straight forward.
What?
Before you can dive out of the way, a
gosh.
single nail pushes against your nose, and you just hear a
Oh my god.
You still feel a claw being pushed into your nose. A little bit of blood's coming out. That's
Langus,
a
what is he saying to you?
Lalu, you burst through the foliage as you came back to go back to the tree, and you see this just happen as you come out of the jungle.
Can I tell that it's like delicately like putting its claw, or do I see him like? I see like a delicate. I'm just like
slowly reaching for the sword.
And can I just like speak tiger now? I can't remember what the science of this is. Is whether I have to like speak with animals. I think I have to like.
I mean, you can try. You do what you want to do. I don't think you can speak the language. I don't think.
I don't think I can either. I think I'd have to like roll for speak with animals separately.
Yeah. So while you guys are all like seeing this happen, Langus is kind of frozen as this thing is pushing into his nose, and this tiger face slowly leans forward, and this weird, garbled common language comes out and says, "Do you have any wine?"
I gently shake my head. No, trying to.
I'm just like getting closer. I'm slowly getting closer and closer to like make sure this tiger doesn't kill Langus.
Guess you're climbing back down.
Yeah.
Trying to give it up. Extra calories, wine.
He pulls his claw off your nose. Damn. And backs away slowly, and all of a sudden starts to shift into a human figure, and then reveals himself. He looks like a native Chalton. This is what you guys see. Tell me if you can see it, because I was having trouble getting it to work.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Looks like that guy.
Oh.
And he says, I've been out of wine for so long. Don't get many visitors around here.
Well, when you greet them like that, I'm not surprised.
I had to sniff you out, see what you were all about.
Well, it's lovely to meet you. I'm Langus, Volmator, last of the line.
I'm Yori. She waves up above from the branch.
I just
Hi.
yell, "Is this
Looks
your
up.
boat?"
I don't know what tiger sound.
Brah.
He stares at Lalu just a little bit longer and takes a step towards her.
I step towards
How do you
him. I'm very suspicious of him. So I'm like, hello, but like, what is what?
What is your deal?
So I kind of start like walking towards him too, eyeing him.
He's actually sniffing the air a little bit. And he just kind of smiles as you get closer. An imposter. Well, I was hoping for a bit of real company, but you will have to do. Well, this is not my boat, but it is my home. My name is Blaze. If we had some wine, we could have shared it, but it doesn't appear that it's going to be happening. No booze whatsoever?
We've been stuck on this island, shipwrecked here for a long time. There was no time to grab any alcohol on the way out.
I see. And you can hear you can hear the yes, I'm aware. You can hear the veggie pygmies are all like nattering excitedly up above. He kind of looks up at them and he's like, "Oh, be quiet." And he walks over towards the tree and starts to climb up. He's like, "Well, I suppose you can be guest in my home for a time, if you will. It's been a while since I've talked to anyone besides these assholes." And he starts climbing up into the ship. He looks like he's heading towards the captain section.
My dear shapeshifter, I call after him as he climbs. Do you know anything about the boats over at the Frost Giant camp? Are they Frost Giant sized boats, or could we use them?
I don't get out much.
Wiley wants to know his name.
My name is Blaze.
Oh yeah.
I don't really
Blaze.
go by that name anymore. I think that's what people called me when I lived in civilization. And he looks kind of like he's just eaten something bad when he says that word. So what
When I
brings
see
you
that,
into
I
the
like
jungle? A
him
shipwreck, you said? What's that? What did you say, Britt?
Oh, sorry. I just said when I see him do that, I like him a little bit more.
And he sees this kind of look on your face and he just goes, he gives you kind of a salute. He's up high now. He's still talking down to you guys. And he's starting to climb up into the captain's chair, and he looks down at you. He's like, "Yes, sorry, strange bearded man. I haven't really left this area for quite some time."
Totally understandable.
Why did you leave your civilization?
Because there's people everywhere. Just everywhere. Crowds. Stifling. Why don't you come in and we'll have a conversation about it?
Yes.
And he disappears up into the captain's section.
He seems quite alone here.
Well, he has all those friends. She points to the tree people.
I shake my head sadly at Yori. Went right over her head too.
Wiley will try again to get into the captain's quarters because she
All right.
already failed at this one.
I start climbing the tree like the giant cat that I am. Start
Should I
climbing.
do athletics again?
All right, everyone make a athletics check, please.
Oh, yes.
All right,
Okay.
Danny, you were able to climb in.
I've practiced. I know how to get in now. I'll reach my hand out and try to help everybody
my
who
God.
can't quite do it.
I'm like a cat. I go claw in and
You
then I
rolled a
just
2 and a 1.
claw down, just falling slowly down the tree, and I'm just I just turn in circles and
You just scratch the tree like it's a
All
post.
right.
Yeah.
Well, with Wiley's help, you
Rubbing on
eventually.
Yeah, I
get-
help everybody in.
Okay. You guys all get into the captain's section of the narwhal, and it's pretty well maintained. In fact, it looks like Blaze lives in a lot of luxury and style. There's carpets everywhere. All of the things that were probably in this captain's room before have just been transitioned to the roof now, which is now the floor. And he's got very luxurious carpets. He's got beautiful silk, just kind of tapestries along the walls, and the windows are all framed. Very, very luxurious guy. And he sits down there's a corner of just throw cushions, and he sits down real comfortable in him, and he just kind of wiggles his way into being comfortable, and he points at the other pillows that are all over this place, and he says, "Well, please have a seat. You're sure you have no alcohol? Not even a little bit?"
I plop down in one of the pillows.
Trust me, if we had alcohol, I would have been drinking it.
Well, that's too bad. So where have you come from? You told me about a shipwreck. Where were you before that?
On Schultz.
We were in Port Nyanzaro. We took a ship out to go to the mainland, crashed somewhere south of here, and we've been heading north along the shore ever since.
Yes.
Weeks ago. How big is this island?
Oh, it's immense.
Ugh.
But luckily for people like me, it's mostly uncivilized, so you can find a nice quiet spot and make it your own.
Are these your friends?
It's kind of it's a relationship of some kind. They bring me things that they find in the jungle. I guess I protect them.
A
if I need to.
symbiotic relationship?
Something like that, yes.
They might bring you a big sword soon, just so you know.
And he kind of looks over to a corner and points out a sword that's already added to a little collection of other trinkets. Mostly it's a pile of bones, but there's now a sword on top of it. And he says, yes, it looks like they've already delivered. Luckily, it's not bones this time.
You're welcome.
Well, you're free to stay here as long as you need. I understand the jungle is sweltering, and my room offers a natural windbreak, and it stays fairly cool throughout the day and throughout the evening.
My, this place sounds like a little bit of heaven, actually. But we would like to get off the island, or at least, get to a point of civilization. Unlike you, I think some of us enjoy civilization. At least Yori and I enjoy civilization. Maybe slowly sometimes.
I miss it.
There's not very much gold out here, and poor Yori's been going through withdrawals ever since our ship sank.
Even if there was gold, it's not like I could buy anything with it.
I know. We'll find gold. I promise.
But
My
Yori,
tail
isn't it
starts,
freeing?
jumping. I'm just irritated, crying, just rolling my eyes.
Isn't it freeing not having to deal with money or possessions?
No.
So you're
No, it's not.
So he's listening in, and he's got a smile. It's clear he says he doesn't like civilization, but he's enjoying having people around to talk to. And he says, "Well, if you're looking for gold, I might know a few places."
Oh, really?
What do you mean?
Well, there's a place. It's a bit of a hike, unfortunately, but a great dragon died there some time ago. You might be able to find his hoard if you are brave enough.
The one in the pit, the hole with the bones?
Yes.
Yori
Yeah.
starts she just gets silent and sits down.
We've already
internal
done
screaming.
that one. Got it all. Almost died in the process.
Interesting. So you're then just determined to get home, then?
Yeah.
It's been so long, I don't even know what else to do.
I'm just chilling. I don't really mind where we go.
We'll fade with age.
But yeah, I
Very
mean, like
young.
some of these people have things they want to do, and most of those are in cities. So
He looks over to Langus. He says, "I understand. As an old man, you probably don't have much time left." And
I'm not that old, thank you. I've lost my wanderlust.
Oh.
he just nods. "Oh, of course. But it's been some time since I've stretched my limbs and gone further from my hunting grounds. Perhaps I can help lead the way." And he kind of leans forward and sniffs the air a little bit. "But there's something about you. Right? You're dangerous."
Very.
He's not wrong.
Who is he sniffing?
He's just kind of like sniffing the air in general.
Everyone. Okay.
Yeah.
You seem like the sort of fellow who particularly enjoys danger.
I'm mostly quite lazy, actually. I only hunt
Spoken like a true
because
cat.
I'm hungry. I couldn't be bothered to do a lot of things. That's why I was hoping there'd be alcohol. Helps pass the time.
Well, you should hear what the priests of Martha have to say about alcohol. It promotes laziness, and it's really not a very good thing to spend your life drinking.
Looks like you might be one of their worshippers.
Of course, I am devoted to the goddess of life. As we should all be, I say, looking at my three companions. We've never had this conversation before, but I'm going to try at least.
Wiley
Well.
says, "Who? The goddess of what?"
Shh, that's for another time. Once we get to civilization, we'll have a lovely chat about religion.
Weasley's back. Whoa. Why not? Langus, why don't you tell everyone here about your god? This is a good place. This is one place that you can talk about politics and religion.
No.
She goes by many names. I believe here in Schultz, she is known as Finder Wyvenspur, and is perhaps more masculine in nature. My people in the far off lands know her as Martha, the goddess of life and creation. Without her, none of us would even exist. And I think it's a shame to waste her gifts spending our time deep in our cups.
Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. So do you want to leave now?
I think Wiley would say, so like if she's the goddess of creation, but people create wine, like wouldn't she be like down for that? I mean, like some people spend their whole lives getting really good at creating things, but you don't like wine?
Oh no, I love it. It's delicious. But just because you love something doesn't mean it's good for you. Also, another lesson I'm sure you'll learn later in life.
I'm so confused.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess we should try to find some like do you know the nearest civilization ways?
Well, I've left it behind a long time ago, but I'm originally from that town I always forget the name of. Port
Nyanzaru.
Nyanzaru. That's where he says he's from.
Okay.
Another way back there. I left for good reason, but I wouldn't mind a bit of company.
Why don't we make a trade? You lead us to Port Nyanzaru, and then we will bring you back lots of wine. And that way you can get wine without having to go inside and talk to anybody.
Make a persuasion roll with advantage.
Speaking his language.
Yeah. Persuasion. Ooh, I'm trained in persuasion. I'm a noble. 22.
Good.
He nods. Well, you talk a good game, old man.
Middle-aged man, thank you. I'm 45.
45 and a half.
Well, then we better hurry. You don't have a lot of time left. And he goes and he grabs a bag and puts it over his shoulder. It's been a time since I've left. You know, it'll be a good deed to help the elderly. And he walks towards the to the exit. Why don't we strike out? I'm in the mood for a prowl. And he pops down out of the captain's area. You guys can actually make a perception roll. Now that he's kind of gone and you've had a moment, you can hear him climbing down the tree. And he's singing a song, but he's doing it in meows. But he's saying the word meow.
Oh my god.
Yori and Wiley, as you're kind of looking around as he kind of disappears, you see an old chest. There's a bunch of his stuff next to where that pile of bones and that sword is. It's his personal collection of stuff. It seems like, it's like knickknacks, odds and ends, and an old battered wooden trunk sits kind of beneath his hammock that he would lay in.
He's being nice to us. He hasn't killed us yet, and a lot of things have tried to kill us. Sayori also has maybe killed one or two people trying to open up things that weren't hers, because she's just not going to do it anymore. For now.
Wow.
Wiley's pretty sure there's nothing yellow in there, so she's just like, whatevs.
Okay. So what do the rest of you do? You can hear him meowing down the tree.
I get up and move after him quickly to show off my still young and athletic form.
I follow Langus and just leap out of the tree and down to the ground because I'm a giant cat who will land on its feet.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll follow down.
You all follow? All right.
This is how you get down a tree. You climb like this.
You're doing so good, Langus.
Everyone's clapping. He as you get down to the bottom, he puts his hand on your shoulder and he's like, exceptional. Well done. Well done.
Oh. All the little wooden people are like,
they're all, you can all hear the yipping. They're all clapping their hands together. Yeah.
I storm off to the jungle to the north in anger.
All right. So he is going to lead you through the jungle, having your travel time. Let's go back to the map.
Yay!
All right, let's see what we got here. So you guys, he basically tells you that you're gonna have to go back through the jungle because there's a crossing, a bridge that will cross the river. This is actually, when he's talking about it, this is the bridge that Artisimber was talking about that he was going to lead you to. So he just starts to lead you in this direction. I'm going to just reveal areas, and it's over the course of a couple of, over the course of about 3 days, he leads you through the jungle up until you come out to a very steep cliff, and you see in the distance a bridge. This is on the big morning of day 3. You guys have rested, you've packed up your camp, you travel for an hour, and all of a sudden the jungle falls away into this just absolutely rushing, loud, powerful river below, and there is a bridge that goes across it to the other side. This is what you guys see. Let's see if I can find it here. I'm actually going to drag this over. Give me a quick sec. Everyone's sneezing. You guys all right over there? What's going on?
They're allergic to D&D.
I'm allergic to fun.
Right, this is what you see.
Oh my!
So if you look, you guys, let's pull it back a little bit so I can see the whole thing. If you look at the little picture in the top right corner, you're going to see that the section on your side, so you guys are on this side of the map. I'm just going to do a little circle there. It juts out from this 100-foot drop cliff straight down. There's a big section in the middle that is blasted out, and it's about a 15-foot gap from where you're standing at the edge of the cliff to where the bridge resumes again. It's not all busted up. And Blaze kind of looks at it. He's standing at the edge, and he's like, well, this is recent. A little bit annoying. Means we're probably going to have to go down and ford the river across somehow, unless you have any ideas.
I do. I do. Lalu, do you think as a tiger you could jump 15 feet with a running leap?
You're still in tiger form?
I think that's a yes. So I will.
I don't know if I can be. How many hours have passed?
3 days.
I'm not tiger.
Not a tiger.
I'm not tiger anymore. That's right. 3 days have gone by. No, but I could turn into one.
I will hand you one end of my rope and see if maybe you can jump across and tie it to one of those monkey statues.
Okay.
And then it's a 50-foot rope, so I don't know if that'll hang all the way to the bottom. It doesn't look like it. But we could secure it to something else on this side, and we could like hand over hand across.
Isn't there a tree? Like
Yeah,
are these trees right here?
Yeah, that tree you could tie to for sure.
Perfect.
You would need like a 40-foot length or 30-foot length of rope, which you probably
I got
have.
a 50-foot length,
Yep.
so...
All right, so you drop into tiger form, Lalu.
Yep.
All right, you get you run back a little bit, get yourself prepped. You need to make a 15-foot jump, or fall 100 feet down.
Oh,
No
okay.
big deal. No big deal.
Jeez.
which I think you have more than 15 strength as a tiger. You can jump a number of feet equal to your strength score with 10 feet of running start.
Okay, hold on.
So if your tiger strength is at least 15,
I
I think it's 17.
17, yeah.
Yeah.
freaking golden.
So I can just do that then, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
She doesn't have to roll?
No.
Oh,
You
okay.
can- you can
My
long jump
strength
to
is
your strength
17,
score.
so I can
Alright.
do 17 feet of jumping without having to roll.
Uh-huh.
Nice. Then I do
Okay.
it. I leap. I put the rope in my mouth and I jump across.
All right, Lalu gets a running start and jumps straight across in her giant tiger powerful form and slams on the other side, and her claws kind of rake along the stone bridge as she comes to a stop. And you have made it across. You are on the bridge. That's when you notice that that statue that is kind of the highest one, it stands about 20 feet high, and it's a beautiful ancient statue that it's kind of crumbled in parts here and there. And it's still a good 30, 40 feet away, so you don't really notice anything in detail right now, though.
Okay. So I guess I turn back out of being a tiger and tie the rope up because I can't tie the rope.
All right, so after a few moments, you have ropes tied to both ends, and now everyone can shimmy across. This will, however, require an athletics check.
God damn it. I'm really heavy.
Oh my god.
Really, guys?
I'll give you advantage because you came up with a clever, and you're really just shimmying. You're not like climbing or anything.
There it is.
It's still embarrassing for you guys.
It's very embarrassing. My dress is flying up over my head, and we're just like, I'm scared.
All right. So as you guys all shimmy across, you get to the other side. Blaze is he's looking at the statues and he's looking at the carvings, the shapes that are carved into the floor of the bridge. And he seems to be contemplating a little bit. He's fairly quiet. What are you guys doing?
I want to check out the statue. I don't trust the statues.
Okay, you want to go close to the statue? Or you want to stay with...
I want to stay with the group, but
okay.
Do I notice anything?
I mean, you're still, all of you are still
statues?
kind of at the edge. So you guys are still kind of here. It's about 30 feet away. Do you want to try to get a closer look?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, I do.
I'm
not happy about it.
As you start walking towards it, Blaze is walking alongside you. He's in his human form. And he's like, this is a statue dedicated to the worship of Ubtao, a regional Chultan god. As you walk closer, there is an actual thing. I'll read the correct thing this time. A stone shrine stands at the midpoint of the bridge. It consists of an imposing statue of a Chultan warrior wearing a war mask, hunkered down like a panther ready to pounce. Like the monkeys elsewhere on the bridge, the carving is highly stylized. Bright gems flash in its eye sockets. A human skeleton lies crumpled near the statue's feet. Several of its bones are obviously broken, but it's impossible to tell whether these injuries happened while the person was alive or were caused by scavengers after death.
Huh. I think I just yell out to everyone, but mostly Yori. Don't touch the statues, I think. I know they're shiny, but...
What? Why would I? What do you mean?
I hope she hasn't noticed the jewels
What
in
happens
the eyes,
if I touch it?
and I'm just like, I don't know, but there's a skeleton over here with a lot of broken bones in front of this statue. So think before you touch something, please. Like last
Wiley,
time.
If I touch this statue, it's not going to break my bones. And Yori
All right.
puts a hand up on the statue to show that there's nothing to worry about.
Okay, so you touch the statue?
Yes.
Nothing happens.
See, Wiley.
All right. Well, you just go around touching all the things then and see what happens again.
Yori continues forward. I think we're getting too scared. We have killed giants and gators and friends
Grabby ran.
times. Yeah, that's right. I said it before you. I know. You think I don't know? I know.
She's just delusional at this point.
It's true. Yori continues forward. I want to go home.
We just keep walking. I keep walking down the length of the bridge. Past the statues, not touching anything.
I walk by and I kind of just drag my hand across the statue as I walk by it, like people do with sticks and fences. I'm just dragging my hand across it.
I say a soft and quiet prayer to Martha, that replacing Martha with monkey statue.
Okay. Whoever touched the statue can make, I'm going to say, let's see here, a religion check.
I hate religion. Yuri says in a weird southern accent.
Okay, so Langus and Lalu, you both realize as like everyone else is walking forward that as you like kind of look at the statue, walk past it, or in case of Lalu, you're kind of touching it as you go along it. You realize that when you look at the carvings on the part that you're walking on, kind of the roadway, each of those has a very specific. It looks almost like a labyrinth or a maze. Every single one of them is unique. And you notice that there is one, you run your hand over it as a kind of in the middle of the statue along the ground. There is another labyrinth, and it's the only one on this statue. You just figure that out, that there's labyrinths carved into the ground, and also there's one single one on this statue. Wiley and Yori, you do not notice that. You each walk forward about 15 feet. What do you two do? As they're about 15 feet ahead of you.
I'm gonna stop and see if I can't figure out the labyrinth.
Yeah, I want to figure it out if I can. So
Is it
I'm
like
trying
one of
to figure
those,
out if it like matches what we're in right now? Like, is this representative of where we are or something different?
Make an intelligence check. And Blaze is also walking with Yori and Wiley. He's about 15 feet away as well.
This is a tricky one.
Langus, you sit there and ponder for a little bit. You're not sure. Lalu, you have a sense that it doesn't really have to do like with where you are in the jungle or anything like that. Mm-hmm. You sense that it's tied to the religion somehow, but it's definitely a puzzle of some kind, but you can't figure out how it connects or anything like that.
I guess I call back from them. I say, hey guys, it's a puzzle. I can't figure it out. Come back and help.
So as you finally stop them, you call them after they've walked about 20 feet, and they look back realizing that you guys have stopped. There's a rumble that comes from the center of the statue, and it starts to shake, and stones kind of fall off the side of it. And this statue slowly starts to rise up from its space and mutter something in Chalton, and Blaze looks back when this thing speaks in this deep Bodiar Abtao. And you just hear Blaze say, "Oh shit, this ain't good."
Oh my god.
I will draw my Holy Avenger +3 and my shield.
Okay.
Wiley just turns around and goes, "What?"
Let's put you guys on the map, I guess.
Damn
it, Lalu, what did you do?
That wasn't me.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, actually, as you draw your Holy Avenger and the other ones look back and you hear Blaze say, "Oh shit, this isn't good," the statue drops down and rises up to its full form of 9 feet tall, and it's this stone lumbering creature. That's where we're going to end this week. I know it's a bit early, but it's a perfect place to have a cliffhanger.
Oh my god.
Curtis, the master of cliffhangers.
So
maybe we can get him to like crouch down into a ball and become the rest of the broken bridge.
Okay, you go over there.
Forever.
And done. Okay.
I'm sure he'd be down.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, that is the end of this week's episode. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. I believe we are back next week with a full cast, which I'm looking forward to. Let's hand it over to Britt.
Hey, it's me, Britt. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great weekend. I hope your 2018 is awesome so far. And, I guess if you're watching and you're a partner and you stream and you want to be on a show, I'm producing a show called Stream On, and we're accepting auditions for the next 5 days. Grand prize is $60,000, so you could stream for a whole year without having to work or do anything else.
Wow.
And it's gonna be fun. You get to work with me on a show. So check out the Twitter account or my Twitter account, Britt Wiseman, and I tweeted about it. That's it, Danny.
Cool. I'm at Danny Hartel on all the things, and I'm currently making a ton of upgrades to all the C-Team costumes from Acquisitions Incorporated. And this weekend at PAX South, I will be dressing them all up, hair and makeup, full shebang, with all these new upgrades to the costumes I've been working on, and I'm very excited, and it's going to be super fun. That's on Sunday. You can watch it on Twitch if you're not going to be there, on the Penny Arcade channel. So, or no, it might be the PAX channel. There will be tweets. You should just look at the tweets and stuff. Neil, what are you doing?
Hey guys, I am Neil, also known as Koibu, and coming up probably at the end of January, beginning of February, I'm going to be doing a combination D&D and Divinity Original Sin 2 game where we're going to use like combat from Divinity Original Sin 2, but roleplay mechanics and overland mechanics and all the other things from Dungeons and Dragons. So we're putting together like a hybrid thing, which will be done. I don't know where, whose channel, or when. That's coming up pretty soon, as well as all of my other stuff, which D&D shows on my channel all the time. What about you, Kelly?
Hi, everyone. You can find me on the internet at Hello Kelly Link, where I am a host for video game events and tournaments. I just got to do the Smite World Championships in Atlanta last week. It was awesome. I got to host the analyst desk there. I actually have a bit of a break for the first time in months, so I'm really excited to do nothing but play video games. And speaking of Divinity, I played the second Original Sin first, and now I'm playing the first one right now, so I'm really excited to play through it. But yeah, man, Curtis, what about you?
Oh man, my life's chaos. Well, I'm basically just working on the same old stuff. We had a new issue of Rat Queens come out last week, and that was a lot of fun. We haven't announced it or anything, but we're doing a Shadowrun Rat Queens, which is basically a cyberpunk Rat Queens adventure.
That's awesome.
So I was working on that until literally I realized that I was supposed to be. I kind of kneeled it. I kind of realized last minute that I was supposed to be on here. But anyway, so I'm working on that. That'll be out probably in June or something like that. But we're also in the middle of getting ready for a move. There's a lot going on right now. So you can't really find me online anymore. Sorry. It's been wonderful. I really highly recommend it. But anyway,
Congrats.
I'm very much looking forward to next week. I'm having a lot of fun with this campaign, and I really hope that we can see you guys all next week, same place, same time. Maybe we'll see you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And until then, keep fit and have fun. Good night.